All right, all right. What's up, y'all? We're back. It's been a little wait, but it's all in good hands now. Season 2, episode 1. We're gonna try to change some things up and bring you guys some guests for the next season. Starting with Miss Bobbi Moles. So she is a Reiki master. She is a very awesome person. She's done a lot in her life and has a lot of accomplishments. And today we want to be very vigilant of our time and thank you guys for being here for the 16th episode, which I'm sorry, yeah, 17th actually. Which for me is a huge feat because when I started this, I had no idea where it was going to go. I still to this day have no idea, but I'm loving where it's going, and that's all that matters, right? So, with no further ado, Miss Bobbi, would you like take the floor for a second and introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. Well, first off, I'm super happy to be here on your 17th episode. Congratulations. It's a huge achievement. I'm Bobbi. I'm the owner of Blissfire Reiki here in Waco, Texas, and I specialize in radical life transformations. And I've been in business for 7 years. I've been on the journey for 18 years.
Awesome. Um, so what exactly is Blissfire Reiki? Where that name come from? And like, what does that represent? What does that represent?
Blissfire Reiki just came from a council around a table. We were all spitting out names, and that was the one. That's how we came up with the name. Just a bunch of
Yes,
people around a table
yes,
trying to figure out what to name it. It was so perfect. Reiki is bliss fire all the way. It's bittersweet because it activates your energetic body and then it promotes the dissolution of negative energy, and that can be fire. It's why we call it the sacred fires. But it leads you to bliss.
oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. I love that. And we've never had that conversation. So for me, that exemplifies almost everything that we've been through to this point. That is amazing. I mean, it's one of those things. Like for me, when I think about somebody's name that has come out of them, it's very rare that it's like something that they come up with. So to know that that's how that culminated, it's awesome. Uh, my nickname is Hollywood. I grew up in the well, actually, my daughter was born in the Hollywood edition when we stayed there, and then a bunch of guys met me. They knew me, and we got real close, and they were like, hey, we feel like your nickname that fits perfectly is Hollywood, and I was like. Well, I mean, a lot of the things kind of exemplify that. They're like, you've always got your glasses on or with you, and you know everybody everywhere you go. So
I
I
like
feel
to say
like
it's a talisman. I like to say it's a talisman.
that makes good sense. I like that. I like that. Yeah, I'm over here like side taking notes on different things. That makes a lot of sense, and it's cool because it's a community thing. I like that. I like that. Kind of, we talk about doing teamwork, and especially nowadays, it takes a village to raise a child with everything going on. So that's really really cool. You know, I've been very curious about it since we first met. Well, since we first kind of introduced each other. You know, how does it help people? How do you help people who've never like started to work on that, on like opening up their energy and things?
Well, first off, I'm not helping. We're never helping.
All right, all
We're,
right.
we're, we're each and every one of us carries a medicine. So we're each medicinal. And we always come together in symbiosis. So it was always meant to be. It's orchestrated in the way that the bigger agenda is. So by healing yourself, you create a portal, you create a gateway so that when others come into union with you or connect with you, they're instantly accessing that quantum field in order to heal themselves. And they naturally, organically do it. I don't have to tell them how. You don't have to give them the steps. You don't have to write the book. You can just actually get them into that quantum energy and they will naturally heal themselves. The ecosystem is vital.
That's
And that's what
awesome.
Reiki does. It clears out your ecosystem, puts you in a love frequency so that you can begin to heal and you start to see yourself grow in ways that you never thought were possible.
So that would benefit everybody. I mean,
Anybody.
that's what's up. I mean, I know typically on my podcast I'm focusing on like entrepreneurs and people with creative talents and of course parents because that's what I can relate to. So um
Well,
I mean
we want
you're
them.
yeah, you're laying it out there for it. Perfect to receive that. That's amazing. Yes.
Well, if you're in a high priority position and you're serving and influencing a multitude of people, this is the best place for you to clear your energy so that you can continue to serve at your highest potential.
Where did the Reiki practice like originate?
Reiki is Japanese for universal life force energy.
Nice. I know a lot of uh, or when we talk about a lot of people on an entrepreneur state, we talk about planting roots and the fact that your practice goes that far back, shows the root system that's been in place for years. It's just, I mean, it's culminating like a lot of people don't ever stop to think about anything that far into life. I feel like a lot of people are kind of robotic and automatic, and so whenever you find your roots, that really helps people grow more efficiently, in my opinion. It's kind of
It's
like
tapping
when,
into the resonance. You're
yeah,
tapping into that resonance and that vibrational frequency.
absolutely. The harmony, right? Harmonizing kind of thing. Yeah. Like for me, that's when we're about to hit on Thanksgiving. So like when you come back home, you kind of vibrate a little, you kind of move a little different when you're back at home. So uh, that's what for me. That's this journey for me has been a lot of that. Like getting back to having fun in life and feeling like I'm not like hey, I gotta go here, I gotta do this, gotta do this. I'm like, man, I gotta do this today and we're gonna have fun with it and we're gonna make it work and we're gonna be exactly where we are. And I wanna explain my experience after this, but how can men, like strong minded men, you know, how can they benefit from healing without the feeling of like, they're too soft or like how does that kind of come into play for I mean, I know you've had, several clients on that end, but my curiosity is for other men.
Masculine energy requires divine feminine energy. And so when a masculine collides with a feminine, he instantly starts to step into his full power and his full masculine energy. And so that's what Reiki provides, or I as a Reiki master provide that divine feminine energy. So when I do interact with masculine, they immediately start to rise. They just need the healthy ecosystem to do it in.
Gotcha. And I know along your journey you teach that process. So it's helped me, like I said, tremendously. So as a young man, doing this thing through the maze of life, like uh the guidelines and the basis that we've put into place and or that we have discovered have been tremendously helpful for me. Like I'm an athlete, right? So like I played football, I played baseball, I played softball, all the sports throughout the way. Um, and as I've ventured into entrepreneurism, I guess you call it, people have said like even the best coaches need coaches. So the fact that I hold you in high enough regards, like to be my coach, is amazing to me. I keep saying that, but I don't think anybody necessarily will understand until they're in the middle of the venture, if you understand what I mean. Or I mean, you know, everybody listening, like you until your hands are in the mud or in the dirt per se, it's easy to say what you would do in that instance or say what you've seen somebody else do, right? But when you're in the middle of it and you're making a cake or you're making a pie or whatever your forte is, um, when you actually got your hands dirty, you really grow an appreciation for it. So, um, that being
You
said,
don't know
on my
what you don't
end,
know.
hmm?
You don't know what you don't know until you know.
Right. Discovery, and that's part of the fun of it, right? For me, um, because I'm not one of those like, oh, I know it all. I want to learn. I want to soak up things. And what are some of the most like enlightening things that people have learned working with you throughout their journey? I don't want to talk about myself all the time, but I'm just kind of open to
Well,
what
it's
everybody
best to
else
get the
knows.
review live and in action,
All right, that's all right. That's
right?
well. Um, Yeah, no, and I know a lot of people go through different journeys throughout life, and they start at one point and they rise above where they even thought they could be here. They kind of blow their expectations, and to be 100% honest, with everybody, for me, I don't always know what to expect, but sometimes I limit my beliefs of what I can do, and then when I crest those, I have to reset them and reset them and reset them. And to be 100% honest, my bar is set so high after starting this journey. There's no ceilings, right? There's a song, no ceilings or whatever, but that's where I'm at in life. Like I'm in there. I'm set. I'm
It
ready to
just
go.
makes you feel invincible. You're
Right.
invincible. You feel limitless. You feel anchored. You feel supported. You feel love. You feel inspired. You feel encouraged. You feel, right? And the list goes on. These are all in contrast to however, 40 years you've been alive.
Right. And it's you're right. And I love it because I keep putting on that number 40 years. And it's one of those things like I had somebody tell me the other day, oh, you're 40, you're old. I'm like, no, I don't, I'm new every day. So I'm actually pretty young is what I told them. And
Just
they're like,
remember,
what? I said, yeah. I was like, every day I wake up's a new day. So
brand
for
new day.
me, I mean, I'm that day old, really. Old per se. That day is new to me. So it's a new, that's a new thing, not an old thing. Um, I know a lot of people. We've been talking um, over the time since COVID. A lot of people have been dealing with a lot of like you know uh, mental health issues and stuff like that, and traumas and whatnot. So it's hard for me as a man to talk about sometimes, but I have noticed that whenever we do address those things and we face them head on, we're able to conquer anything. Reiki is for me have
It's,
helped me do that,
it's the golden
and
link.
it's hard for I want to reiterate to everybody that how amazing it is. Like it's hard to. I mean, I you can't necessarily just put it in a bottle and say, "Hey, here it is. Drink this. It's done." We've gone. Me and myself have gone through 40 years of life and hit a point where I knew I needed something. I knew I needed some help. I knew I needed some guidance, and your journey has provided that for me. Um,
Awesome.
I mean, myself, open my Bible, read here and there, kind of thing, and now I'm up to reading daily. I'm speaking prophetically. I'm opening my mouth and telling God what I want. Before I'd be like, all right, you know, thank you God for my food, kind of thing, or whatever.
Hallelujah,
And
Jesus.
yeah, um, I know, like a lot of people have different traumas and boundaries and stuff. Um, how has Reiki helped other people with their growth and boundaries? I mean,
It's
tremendous.
massive.
Okay,
It's
okay,
massive. The growth is massive. One session has absolutely transformed people's lives. Just one interaction, one simple interaction. Um, I just see radical transformations happen right in front of my face. People that I haven't seen for a year, and I only saw them for at a market for 5 to 10 minutes. They're like, "You changed my entire life just in one interaction."
yes.
I mean,
Well,
it's just it's that powerful. It's that powerful. It's like getting your car tuned up. You just get your body tuned up,
oh
once every
right,
couple of months, and you will find yourself flying super high
yes.
effortlessly.
Um, how do you dealing with other people's energies? How do you protect your own?
There are only two things that take your energy: talking and thinking.
All right, all right. I like that. That's
It's not necessary for a healer to think.
overthinking has been one of my things forever because I'll sit there and I'll overcalculate things, and now that I'm just kind of clear mind, clear eyes, like I'm like, hey, we figure it out on the fly, and it's been very smooth. A lot less tension, and it's like, man, whatever, dude, we're gonna make it work. Make it work. Uh,
Mhm.
so for you, real quick, what was that moment in your life that you knew you were called to serve, like through healing, right? What was that moment for you?
Well, I like to say there wasn't any like one moment. I just remember waking up one day and letting God know he needed to either do something with me or put me out of my misery, because I didn't come here to do nothing and to feel awful. And that, of course, was 18 years ago.
Wow,
And
wow.
then every step, there's you just have constant awakenings. And I woke up one day and I was sitting at the table talking to another person, and creating a space and a gateway for them to transform. I mean, like when you follow your purpose, you follow your path, when you get into alignment with the energy, it's just effort. There's no one point. You just know, and every step you're taking is part of it.
So what tips would you give a beginner, like with about energy work, like about their energy?
I'd
Yeah,
say go to blissfirereiki.com and sign up for the Know Thyself journey.
the know thyself journey. Okay, how long is that journey?
It's 12 weeks.
And I know a lot of people when they start thinking about going on journeys, they don't necessarily they don't know which way to go. I don't believe. I know a lot of people that have reached out to me, and you made the perfect kind of statement earlier. After one of my first episodes, I had some people reach out to me. They were in a very low point in life, and I've been there myself. And they were at the point of contemplating calling it quits. So I know when you reach that point, or when I reached that point, I knew I needed help. So
Mhm.
um, to be completely uncandid, like, thank you for that. Thank you.
God, thank you for
um,
reaching out. That's
right.
the that's the most courageous thing we can do.
Yeah. And the guys that and people that have reached out to me that were in that position have sensed, we've met at my shop for some mental health nights, some mental health awareness things, and we put some kind of things into place that I feel like have genuinely helped them. I mean, they're still here. They're still here for their daughters. They're still here for their family. They're still here for, you know, um, everybody. They're not necessarily writing a what's left story. When I put that out there for people to let them know that I would rather have a conversation with them than read about them in their obituary, a lot of people like resonated with that, and I resonated with Blissfire in your practice because your base is so strong. Like it's your foundation is I mean concrete. um,
Impenetrable, I like to say.
yeah, that definitely is a solid. Like I can't even I can't sugarcoat that one at all. So to have that tremendous amount of faith is encouraging. It's very humbling. It's very um, enlightening. This is a strong word for that. So I like to put myself in a spot where I learn every day, and I've since we've started this journey, I've just sponged everything, and I noticed that I sponged everything, but I'm not sponging everything. I'm not squeezing the life out the sponge. I'm nurturing the sponge at this point, right? Um,
Just
it
naturally.
absolutely. I've gotten so many compliments about from people that are, oh man, you're kind of you're glowing again, like you walk in the room a little different again, like that's what's up. That's the D Hunt that you know that we remember. And I'm like, man, I'm just on a cool journey, bro. Like, if you want to know more, let me know. So I've been passing out, your business cards and things. Um,
Thank you.
I I mean, I found you on Instagram a while back, and I know we visited, and it wasn't time for me. And I've noticed that you've taught me and enlightened me and brought it back to me that where I am is exactly where I'm supposed to be at that moment, doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I can't be, upset about the person that pulled out in front of me yesterday. And I can't be thinking about, I've got to go here, here, and there tomorrow. Hopefully nobody pulls out in front of me.
Yeah.
Um, when, I mean, if you had to put a number to it, how many people have you helped since you started your journey? Just kind of random, just a guess. Just a guess.
Infinite. We're all
Uh,
connected.
the compound effect, right?
You help one person, you support one person and enlighten one person, and it's a ripple effect.
Reach one, teach one.
That's right.
Man,
It's endless.
yeah.
That's why
Oh
every
man.
single interaction that you have is vital energy. If you want to serve by being completely present in every single interaction that you have.
Be where you are.
Be where you are. Yeah.
It's funny. I go to meetings with different people, and I've got my mom and my sister and my kid on, like, no matter what's going on, ring through kind of thing. So you know, a lot of people are, hey man, I'm devoting my time to the person in front of me and being where I am, and they're like, oh, that's fair enough. Well, I didn't really what I had to say wasn't that important anyway. So how's everybody doing? Or they kind of divert. Um, it's a respectful thing, and I've had
Mm.
to find that, because for me it's oh, everybody's calling this person. I need who needs whatever, and I'm playing karate, the whole time trying to figure out for everything for everybody else, and then I've got to do this number, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's just this.
Yeah,
Um,
you're missing out. You're missing out when you're on the roller coaster ride. You're missing out on your life.
I've had to realize that it's okay to slow down with this journey, and it's been.
Mandatory.
I mean, I wake up ready to go every morning. Some mornings I'm like, oh, I know I got to do this, I got to do that, but the preparation for me, like the night before, knock this out. Okay, cool. I know I'm gonna need this, and that. Let's just throw that over there and grab it on the way out. That's not a high priority thing. Do some high priority stuff. Get some,
Mm.
you know, stuff that's
Yeah,
gonna
you're like
make us money out the way. Yeah,
a nice running machine.
right. 9 rounds kind of thing, right? Like round one, you're gonna face it. It's gonna be tough, doesn't it? But by the time you get to round 9, it's gonna be very easy. Yeah. Um, I I would suggest a journey to um a journey with you to every person that I know. And reason being, just I know that so many people are going through so much stuff, and they put their eggs in that basket, and just piling in, and then they realize like, oh, this basket's heavy, even though it's just eggs, it's heavy. But when they realize that it's okay to put that
To
basket of eggs
invest in
down,
themselves, to
oh,
believe in themselves.
you believing in yourself is number one. I I have grown to believe that. Like, I can do anything I can put my mind to. My dad used to say it as a kid, and going through this journey has made me. It's honestly brought me back to being a kid. I mean, having fun with
Hmm.
life, like I said earlier,
Yep.
and realizing that it's gonna be okay. Like, and I know I feel like I'm not letting you talk very much, but but for me, it's hard to explain to anybody else that's not in that
Well,
space.
the journey
How
is absolutely inevitable. You're going to be confronted with it through your lifespan. And what I've done is I've been able to cultivate a journey that gets you on the other side in 12 weeks, gets the engine going, gets the it gets you, it drops you down into the quantum field so that you can then see what needs to be seen. We weren't meant to walk the sacred fires by ourselves. So we were meant to do it in healthy partnerships, but some of us do lack that connection. Many of us lack that connection. And we don't actually heal in the same frequency that we are have been in our entire life. We
so
have
when
to
you,
access new frequencies.
so when you say frequency, can you elaborate on that a little bit for people that have never really heard that terminology?
Well, there's noise running around inside of you. And this one might be saying that you're ugly, and this one might be saying that you're pretty, but you're attracting whatever you think that you are or whatever you talk about. It's like broadcasting. Your thoughts are broadcasters, and your words are broadcasting. And so if you're talking and thinking through the old frequencies, then you're still going to continue to attract over and over and over and over the same thing. So what you're doing is you're learning a new language. You're pulling in your personal power. You're seeing how everything is synchronized. You're starting to see numbers. Chemicals are starting to release. Your body's starting to feel its senses. And then you start to frequency love, support. Doors are opening. Opportunities are coming in. The light is always green. You always have a parking spot.
Makes sense. That's what's up. The positive energy, right? That's oh man. And that has helped me in business up to this point in our short journey tremendously. Um, as a lot of people know, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I had somebody tell me the other day a new term is called a small business addict. I was like, fair enough. I mean, I've done enough things in my life uh, that have helped me up to a certain point, or they've served me where they needed to go, and I have continued to grow that wisdom that I've had from day one to day now with every venture I've taken. And the one thing that I can tell you that I felt like is completely, absolutely limitless is uh, where I can go since I have opened myself up to this journey. Like, not even there's. I keep saying a lot. There's no sugarcoating it. There's no fluff. There's no. Oh well, you for $9.99 you can get this, but if you act now, there's none of that. I've never felt like that. I've never even remotely got an inkling like that. I've been approached by so many different opportunities in the past, and I've never felt led to invest my time or thoughts into any of them. I mean, it I can't answer for anybody else behind me, but you being in my life and helping me throughout this process right here, right now, even with being my first guest on this season 2, it's planting roots for me. And I can't I have to, sensei kind of bow thing to you, right? Because you respectfully, you deserve that. The first day we actually met, I was just sitting there. I'm like, because I talk a lot, but I wanted to, what's the famous saying? A closed mouth doesn't get heard was one of them. But then you can't you can't listen if you're still talking, right? And when I walked in, I was like, feed feed me, Seymour. Was
It's like the Holy Spirit comes in and you start to
um
just feel super empowered to just be your highest self. Talk in your highest self. Your voice becomes, nice and a continuous tone. You start to feel supported in your body, your mind, your spirit. It's like instant collision.
and you want to I love to talk about building. It's like building that gap between what's spiritual, what's mental, and what's physical, and creating something that is already there, like we said earlier, but you're learning to exemplify that as
Well, the gap
simple
is
as
action.
right, right. Like, okay, yeah, for sure, here to there, right? And then the next thing you know, you're
If you're,
cohesion.
well, you got, yeah, you just have to take action. That's how the spirit and matter integrate, is because you actually take action. If you're just reading a book but you're not doing the steps in the book, there can't be an integration.
That
So it's the
I've,
action.
you hit the nail on the head there.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh,
That's how they integrate.
do as I what's the old saying? Do as I say, not as I do, kind of thing. We I remember the coaches and I'm a football coach, but I never played football. I've only played baseball, and I read the book on coaching on football. And you're like, all right,
No
okay,
wonder I'm not
yeah,
getting anywhere.
you're right, right, right. Um,
It's
I
that
I
energy.
would, huh?
It's
Go
the
for it.
energy
Yeah,
transfer.
I would suggest, like I said, everybody that I know to look up your website, blissfirereiki.com, and even if they just simple tarot reading, right? I believe that's how we started our venture. You know, um, hey, would you like a tarot reading? Absolutely. Let's see what's going on. Like, and then next
A
thing I'm
Reiki
like,
session.
yo, okay, we're connecting dots. All right, all right. Well, and now we're building a pyramid that's going to stand forever. And not only are we getting myself established, but I'm for future generations behind me and friends of friends of friends, kids and future generations and stuff. And I mean, I can't. Once again, I can't just say, "Oh man, it's great," and then not genuinely, have the feeling behind it. It's hard to portray that feeling on camera, but I just
No,
want
it's not.
everybody. I want
Energy
everybody to
is
understand.
consciousness. Hmm. Yeah, that you don't know what you don't know until you know, but we're never separate. Like, we might be on a camera, but we're still together, undivided. The connection is in the consciousness and then the intention. So, unbeknownst to you, you're already spreading that goodwill and those good vibes to that attention.
Thank you.
But yeah,
Thank
one session, one 30-minute session, one 15-minute session, it doesn't matter. It's going to change your life. It's impenetrable.
you. Yes. Um, the kind of title that we came up with was, energy never lies. For today. So, like, on kind of touch on that for me, if you don't, uh, what is your opinion on that? Like, because
It's impenetrable. but you have to be tapped into it before you can communicate with it. So first we have our conscious and our subconscious. And if those two aren't connected, then you're separated, you're divided. So you're still seeking confirmation, validation outside of yourself. You're looking for somebody else to answer your questions. When these two are complete and together, like the twin flame, right? Because the twin flame is within you. It's your connection to your intimate self. Once those two are connected, then they can see from every angle. The third eye is open. And now now you can see how the energy is so transparent. You know, Bob walks up to me. I know everything about Bob before even Bob even speaks. I know exactly why Bob is there. I know exactly why Bob's walked up to me. I know exactly what I'm asking for. I'm completely in tune.
That's amazing.
And so,
I want everybody to experience this. Like seriously, like I
yeah,
can't speak highly enough of it in my opinion. Um,
and that consciousness, that knowing, it's always 100% there. It's a matter of tapping into it.
yes. I know you're big on socials. And I know you've got a huge following on I believe TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and your website, you know, where uh people can find you. The social media influence, right? Let me touch on that real quick because I think that's another big thing. That how has that helped? How is that something that you had to navigate through, like just the social media like growth and I want to say like differentiating yourself from other people in that kind of industry. How is that? I'm trying to think of the easiest way to say it. Like,
What makes me different? Is that
uh,
what you mean?
how have you had to manage that though? Like, I mean, you're completely different without even trying. Like, you're
Yeah.
amazing without any effort. But when it comes to social media, I guess that's my aspect of and that space, you know, because from a you know person to person space, it's amazing. Like you said, you know, but from a I don't know social media standpoint, I guess has that been a challenge for you? Like navigating through. I was curious on the social media aspect. Doesn't really bother you.
No. I just I just started making videos and putting them out there. And I didn't, if what you're wondering is if I had some sort of opposition to others that did the same thing that I did, I didn't pay any attention to what anybody else was doing. I just did what I internally, innately felt called to do, whatever that looked like. I don't know. But when you're surrendered to the spirit, you do what you do because that's what you're called to do. You don't question it.
Uh, that was you you're perfect like that. I don't know. It's I think that's my issue. That's definitely me a main thing. Like when I get on social media and you know, it used to be I'd sit there and do this number and I'm like, oh well, there's another person doing this or there's another person doing that. And since then, it's like I'm gonna do whatever I want to do because this is my channel. This is my
And
stuff.
you have your own tribe, you have your own magnetism, you vibrate at a certain frequency, and if you can vibrate at that highest potential, you there's enough to go around for everybody. There are plenty of us and we're all and there you have your people. Everybody has their people. And it doesn't matter what you do. If you do it from your most authentic self without comparing yourself, you are going to attract those people, the ones that are meant to be attracted. It's inevitably that you will attract those people, especially when you're in your most authentic, raw version of yourself.
I thank you for helping me find that again because, like I said, my journey is my journey. It's been amazing. I can't even stop to like think about you know what would have been or anything like that. I love the fact that I mean it's phenomenal, right? Um, you know, I've won different awards in powerlifting and football and baseball and stuff like that. Achieved different accolades in business, hit benchmarks on production and this and that, and had all these like, yays and praises, but nothing to this point in my life has felt as good as the journey that I've been on with you. Um,
That's amazing.
I think though, in comparison, like the first time I got to see my kid, right? That is, that trumps that. But realistically, beyond that, um, this has
That's
been a
astronomical.
super, yeah, super journey. I mean, my close handful of friends have all noticed it, and they've all supported me. Like I've since this journey, I've said nothing is weird. There's nothing weird. Everything is
It's
meant.
wild.
Right. It's what it's supposed to be. Um, I wanna kind of reiterate the fact that, like I said, I can't answer for anybody else, but for myself, finding this journey, um, finding the ways to make it happen. Man, it's been phenomenal. I'm so anxious and in a kitty, like, man, we're gonna go get ice cream on Friday kind of way of where it's gonna go. Right. That's a
Right.
big thing with myself and my kid. Ice cream Fridays. Like we build up the week to go to Dairy Queen or wherever to get ice cream on Friday. So like that's how I'm living life, like straight up.
Yes,
um
please.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I want everybody to take a second when you see this live or you see it on TikTok or Instagram, whatever medium you come from. Check out Blissfire Reiki.com. Um, check out Miss Bobbi on Instagram. Her TikToks are amazing. I watch them, almost every morning. I'm like, oh, okay. And even if I'll go watch the old ones sometimes too, because I like to just kind of, be curious on. I'm a Leo, so I'm naturally curious.
Well, you always find the right one, right? You always find the right message. Yeah. And YouTube, follow me, subscribe on YouTube. That
Yeah.
channel, I'm just getting that up and going. So
Yeah, I'm gonna post all the socials and the links. We're also gonna have a sign up for everybody, to follow Miss Bobbi in her journey. Um, I'll be elaborating more on my journey and everything. You know, I, I mean, it's gonna be amazing, and y'all gonna ride with me. Um, thank you for your time. Thank you for hopping on. Um, you're welcome. The floor is yours as long as you like it. So I'm on.
well,
I'm on.
I just want to thank you for having me on here. Devin, I want to say you have been so open. You've been such a beautiful receiver in this journey. You're exactly the right, frequency for a journey like this. And so you've just opened up so much, and I've seen so much growth in you myself, like on an atomic level. And it hasn't been easy, has it?
No, no. And
We
the
we had to break
honesty.
through through barriers, didn't we?
Yeah, yeah. No, I
Right.
I appreciate the clarity. I appreciate the honesty. I would not have it any other way. Like I said, coaching wise, and I can't reiterate how much you know. I've had football coaches and this and that. You know, you in my life at this point, up to this point, you are. I've won some championships with some coaches and things. I've got some big rings. I got the big, the patches from the leather jacket and all that. Um, None of them compare. I
This
mean,
is the Devon Championship.
they sculpted my own trophy, right? Using myself to be the trophy. I love it.
That's right.
I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh, I love it. Oh
Yeah,
man,
and I also take, if you guys want to, if anybody wants to call and you have questions, I'm always happy to jump on the phone and do a chat with you. That's perfect for me.
I'll put uh, that corresponding number in the comments as well. And the fact that we established that energy never lies. Yeah, we talked about integrity. We talked about honesty along my journey. We talked about, growth and wisdom, and the steps that I've needed to take to center myself and be grounded. And like I said, I'm on Ice Cream Friday every day without the cavities.
That's
Without
right.
the cavities. Oh man. Thank
Yes.
you, thank you, thank you, thank you again. You have
You're
no idea. I
welcome.
appreciate your time. Seriously, like I thank you so much. I want to tell
It's an
everybody,
honor.
huh?
It's an honor.
Thank you, man. I want to tell everybody out there, stay grounded. If you're not grounded in faith, reach out to somebody. Reach out to myself, reach out to Miss Bobby. You
Hey,
know,
come get a Reiki session. All your
oh
problems
my
will be
gosh,
solved.
dude,
That's it.
like I want to know, like I want that first person to come back and say, bro, yeah, thank you. And I mean, I know it's gonna happen. I know there'll be plenty of people. I know, and there's no reason. There's no reason not to even, you know. Let me, the curiosity people have. Um,
Well, what do you think, Devin? Don't you think, why don't we, somebody that's watching this podcast right now, if they come get a Reiki session, we can put them on the podcast.
oh, I'd be all about it. I'd be all
Yeah.
about it. Oh my goodness.
Mhm.
Even if, like you said, even if it's a 30-minute, what, it didn't matter. It's so hard. You yourself, just them getting to meet you, like for a little bit, they're like, what? And from oh man, to like, oh, already, bro, like we're gonna run through a brick
Yeah, let's
wall,
go.
like, yes,
Hmm.
yes.
That's the, yep.
I don't think I think we met for what, 10 or 15 minutes initially, and I'm like, yep, we're doing this.
Yeah.
Like, oh wait, there's a
Fire.
brick wall. We're running through that, no problem. Like head first, like, yeah, yeah.
It's
Uh,
amazing. It's
yeah.
amazing how that higher frequency can just get you into that perfect alignment.
I mean, if I could write it all down and have somebody explain it in one or two sentences, I don't think that would. I mean, even if I wrote a book, I don't think that would do it justice. I've had somebody reach out to me about writing a book. I might need to turn around and reach out to them.
Okay.
Now, look, now that I'm in a better place, I feel like if I would have wrote a book then, it would have been like squirrel, 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 raccoon, this and that. Now it's like, oh,
Direct.
yeah, I've been very direct with a lot of people since, and um, they understand. They understand, I'm glad.
So
So
good.
I
It's
have
so
said
good.
thank you 100 times, and that's still not enough.
Your life is worth it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like I said, the fact that when I'm gone, I mean, my dad is gone, and to this day, there's still people. Last week, guy, oh yeah, yeah, I knew your dad, knew your dad. That effect over the last 21 years of him being gone. I mean, all the time. It's like, dude, we're 21 years of you have been expired with your physical body on Earth, and people are still telling me, hey man, I know your dad. I worked with him. He did this. He did that. So that legacy is something for me that is a higher standard to achieve and establish for my future generations. Um,
Yeah.
my Reiki journey is helping me be completely confident that that's not even going to be a problem anymore.
Right.
Um, yeah, love my kid to death, and I almost, yeah, everything I do is if she was to see me at some point doing it, would I be okay with that? And that's how I've been living my life. And
That's,
yeah, so should be driving soon.
uh-oh.
I
Uh-oh.
know. Yeah,
She's
big
gonna
big.
be great.
Yeah, I know. She'll be.
She's gonna do great. She's a great dad, so she's gonna do great.
She'll be. She's got. We're talking about roots, and that's where it's at. I can't reiterate. Getting started with a Reiki journey and planting roots is for everybody. Once again, you know, reach out like and I know everybody's got a phone, everybody's got the internet. Even if you just jump on a little bit to check it out, you know, it's what you're supposed to do. It's what's meant to be. You'll be all right, and you'll be all right.
Just get moving. Just
Oh,
get
that
moving.
part,
The quicker, the better.
that part. Thank you once again for your time. I'll see you at my next session,
That's right.
and I'm sure at some point, well, as I go through this journey, I would love to have you back. I would love for part 2, 3, 4, however many we're led to do on this venture. And like you said,
Yeah.
as we bring people in, you know, have them on there on the episodes going forward. You know, I didn't know what to expect, and had, you know, just kind of dabbling with this podcast at the beginning, and now it's to a point where I've
Wonderful.
had to help build this community, and
Yeah.
we're planting the roots to build a community the right way. Yeah. Everybody take a little time to peruse through the socials. It's definitely
Yes.
worth it. It's 100%, 150% worth it. So thank you again for your time. The salsa was amazing, by the way. Yeah.
Loved it. Loved
Salsa
it.
was
So
amazing.
good.
My plants are doing really good too. I'm
Oh,
doing
good.
very well. I've got nothing to complain about at all. I can't even think of anything. You know, like I said, it's ice cream Friday every day for me.
I love it. I
Yeah,
love it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
I
so good.
am the number one dad. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I know. I was like, there it is. He's like outspoken.
Absolutely, absolutely. Um,
It's
thank you,
perfect.
for your time once again. If you would like to have any closing remarks, the floor is yours. For me,
Just
that's
so
it.
grateful. Just
Yeah,
so grateful. Grateful to be here. Thank you for having me.
thank you, ma'am. Thank you again.
Look forward. Okay. All right.
We will see you guys next week. We'll put this out here and, man, tell you guys thank you as well for tuning in. Um, yeah, it's what's up. It's Ice Cream Friday for real. Matter of fact, it's about that time.
You're making me want to go get some ice cream.
Yes, it's hot. It's actually hot today. It was cold the last week or two, and now we're yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you,
You're
thank you.
welcome.
Talk to you very
You're
soon.
welcome. Enjoy your ice cream.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely,
All right.
absolutely. All right, peace out.